regarding Breonna Taylor. She was executed. She was murdered by the police in her home while she was sleeping. 8 bullets. They shot her, eight bullets. And right now, the officer, the pig who killed her, who murdered her in her own home, because I want you to understand the context. The police used a fucking battering ram to barge into her house with no warrant, okay, with no warning, and just unloaded. They just killed her. And they were at the wrong address. She didn't do shit. And all these motherfuckers that say that, oh, if you just comply with the police, then nothing bad will happen. Shut the fuck. She was fucking sleeping. She was sleeping. That was the wrong address. You can't barge into someone's fucking home with no fucking warrant and no reason, and you're in the wrong address too. And murder them in their fucking sleep. What is this, an execution squad? What is this, the fucking SS? If you are defending this shit, you are a cunt. This is from the BBC. Breonna Taylor, Louisville officer to be fired for deadly force use. Now, can I just give you some context before we go further? This was posted by Sean King. Okay? I love Sean. And look what he said. He said courthouse in Louisville is being boarded up right now. Multiple staffers said they were all asked to leave the building and that they were told privately that a decision was being announced soon on Breonna Taylor. Speculation was that no charges will be filed. Look at that. Can you see that? Let me start from the beginning. Okay, I want to ask you something. When they're boarding up the courthouse, why do you think they're doing that? For fun? They're boarding it up because they know that people are going to riot after the fucking bullshit that they announce. They know. They know. They're boarding it up in advance because they know that people will be rightfully outraged at their fucking corruption and incompetence and racism. This 2-tier fucking justice system. That's why they're boarding it up. They know that they're fucking guilty. They know that they're doing something wrong. They fucking know it. The fucking court boarding up the fucking court? Why don't you do your fucking job? Why don't you serve some justice? Instead of hiding away like a bunch of cowards. Corrupt cowards. What the fuck kind of epoch are we living in? What is this era? Boarding up the courthouse? Breonna Taylor, 26. 26, man. She's a year younger than me. What did she do? She didn't do a fucking thing. She younger than me, man. Breonna Taylor, 26, was shot when officers entered her flat on March 13 during a drugs investigation. Again, do you see how they toned down the language? Entered her flat. They fucking used a battering ram. They raided her apartment. They didn't enter it. Who didn't enter? What, did she open the door and offer them fucking tea and muffins? You motherfuckers. Do you see this mainstream media bullshit? Like, oh, we're trying to be like neutral and you. No, say the fucking truth. They used a battering ram. They illegally entered her house without a warrant. One of the 3 officers involved would lose his badge. The others have been placed on administrative leave. I love that, right? You can go and fucking murder a woman in her fucking sleep and then the only punishment you get is administrative leave, meaning a vacation paid by the taxpayers. How nice. Let's fund murders, state-sanctioned murders. Yeah, cool. Why not? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. If you're, listen to me, man. If you are putting them on administrative leave, if you are taking them off, you are removing their responsibilities, then you fucking know that they did something wrong. You know that they are guilty of multiple crimes here. You know it. That's why you put them on administrative leave. This slap on the wrist. Unbelievable. Every single fucking time, an innocent black person is killed, the only punishment, administrative leave. Fuck you. Miss Taylor's name has become a rallying cry at global anti-racism protests. So this is the mayor saying, unfortunately, due to a provision in state law that I very much would like to see changed, both the chief and I are precluded from talking about what brought us to this moment or even the timing of this decision. What are you talking about? A fucking alien craft that just crashed in your backyard? Your officers, your fucking pigs, murdered a woman in her sleep. What do you mean you can't provide more detail? What the fuck are you covering up? What have you been doing for 3 months? What the fuck are you doing? All of these motherfuckers straight to fucking gulag. Immediately. Straight to gulag. This is the shithead who'll be fired. I don't care about this picture. I don't care about his name. Fuck him. Police suspected Miss Taylor's flat was being used to receive drugs by a gang based at a different address 10 miles away. One of the suspects was an ex-boyfriend of Miss Taylor. She was one of 3 people named on the warrant. She was not the main subject of the investigation. It had nothing to do with it. Mr. Hankison, this piece of shit, is accused of blindly firing 10 rounds into Miss Taylor's apartment, displaying an extreme indifference to the value of human life. Why are you firing 10 rounds? Who are you shooting at? Osama bin Laden? Why are you firing? Man, this trigger-happy, racist incompetence is unacceptable. I am fucking telling you, anyone who is properly trained with a firearm does not empty their fucking clip like that. You fire 1 round, 2 rounds. It's not a shootout. Not like you're not a fucking cowboy. I'm alarmed and stunned you use deadly force in this fashion, Mr. Schroeder added. Attorneys for Miss Taylor's family said they want to see the other officers fired as well. Not just fired. They need to go to fucking jail. Look, man, if they didn't have a badge, they would go to jail. 3 people storming someone's apartment with a battering ram and emptying their clips on someone sleeping. I mean, you would go straight to jail. There's no discussion. You get in life or some shit. I don't know. But no, because of the badge, administrative leave. Administrative leave. A vacation. A fucking vacation. See, we also look forward to these officers being prosecuted for their roles in her untimely death. So they executed a no-knock search warrant. Okay? Apparently, this authorizes police to enter a home without permission. Unbelievable. Miss Taylor and her partner Kenneth Walker were reportedly asleep as the commotion began. Police said they knocked before using a battering ram. Oh, how considerate. Boom. What the fuck you're knocking, man? Oh my God. The officers exchanged fire with Mr. Walker, a licensed gun owner who called 911 in belief that the drug raid was a burglary. He did the right thing. You know how they tell you, like, oh, if anything bad happens, you call the cops. Don't do anything, just call the cops. Right? So he did. Of course he thought it's a burglary. What the fuck would you think it is? Dude, they barged into his home with a battering ram and started unloading. I mean, what kind of a reaction do you expect? If the guy has a gun, I don't blame him for using it. Jesus Christ. The officers who fired more than 25 bullets said they returned fire after one officer was shot and wounded. During the exchange, Miss Taylor, an emergency medical technician and EMT, was shot 8 times. She died on her hallway floor. She died on her hallway floor in a pool of blood. That's what actually happened. That's what happened. Look at this, man. Look at what they did. Look at her apartment. Look at all these bullet holes. Unbelievable. It's a shootout. What is this? What is this? This is your police? These trigger happy nut jobs? Unbelievable. Yeah, hold on. What that poor woman, man. And you know what happened also on top of it? Let me show you. Mr. Walker surrendered and was arrested on charges of attempted murder of a police officer. Unfucking believable. No drugs were found in the property. So they voted to ban no-knock warrants last week. Yeah. So what? That's too little, too late. That is too little, too late. What about the officers? God, I hate saying that word so much. What about these cops, these pigs who murdered her? Why are they walking around free? They fucking killed her. And can you believe that they charged her boyfriend with attempted murder? You fucking stormed his house. He doesn't know who you are. Jesus Christ. I think they dropped that charge, by the way. I mean, the fucking audacity. They killed his girl. Can you imagine what this guy was going through? Can you fucking imagine? I would fucking kill myself. This guy was sitting in a jail cell. They just murdered his girlfriend in front of him. And now they're charging him with murder. Oh my, Jesus Christ. What kind of a fucking system is this? This is insanity. So they've charged. They fired one officer and the other two are on administrative leave. Now, obviously, I think they did this because of the protests. Again, once you see the pressure works, but this is not enough. This is not enough. I'm hoping they're going to be charged because you know what happened with the guys who killed Rashard Brooks, the two pigs? They were also fired immediately, and then they got charged a few days later by the DA. So I'm hoping the DA is going to charge these pieces of shit. But this is ridiculous. Can you imagine what the family is going through? 3 fucking months. And if there were no protests, they'd still be sitting there with no justice. Can you imagine that? If there were no protests, this would not have happened. That is not acceptable. Black people, African Americans should not have should not have the country to be protesting and uprising to get justice. They should get justice regardless, all the time. Every fucking citizen should get justice regardless. You don't need an uprising in the entire fucking country for it to be implemented. This is obscene. This is unacceptable. Fuck you. No. No. And it's not just the fucking cops. It's the DA. I told you, the whole fucking system. The DA is the one who doesn't want to bring charges. The fucking chief of police is protecting them. They all protect each other, man. Motherfuckers. I'm so fucking pissed off at this shit, man. Every single fucking story. I fucking know they're going to keep killing someone. Just in a few days, you're going to see another unarmed black man killed. I fucking know it. They can't stop these pigs.